Hey, what's going on, man? Doc here. Some terrific news once again. I had really good news about a year ago when I doubled my testosterone. Now it's even better news. My testosterone is that of Superman, essentially. So a few days ago, I got my blood test results and my doctor called me and said my bioavailable testosterone is too high. She was obviously laughing and joking around. We're friends as well. So in this video, I'm gonna show you all of my blood test results from the last 4 years. I know I covered a lot of this stuff in the video I recorded a year ago. I'm gonna put the link in the description below as well as in the comments. You're welcome to go look at that video. It's gonna cover, it's a little bit different video because I've had a lot of experiences this year. I had a lot of sex this year, which I had the most sex ever this year out of my entire life. I also started taking a specific herb that I custom designed. That was one of the big changes that I made this year. And I want to show you how my diet, exercise, sleep, any nuances in my lifestyle that may have changed this year, which allowed me to get such crazy high bioavailable testosterone. So I'm going to show you everything: total testosterone, free testosterone, bioavailable testosterone, vitamin D, zinc, magnesium. These three are the main deficiencies in men. And I'm gonna show you exactly what happened to me in the last 4 years. And I also want you to show me what questions you have, because this video might go on for a few minutes or longer, who knows? But I can't cover everything in this video because I don't really know what you wanna know. So if there's any specific things that you're curious about, because I can't talk about every single blood test I did. I mean, I got my B12, my cholesterol, my urine test, my stool test, my estradiol, my DHEA, all my adrenal gland stuff. Like, there's too many things. Potassium, calcium, you name it, I did the test. But I don't want to cover everything to overwhelm you here in this specific video. So if you have questions, then in the description below or in the comment section, whether this is you're on Facebook watching or YouTube or wherever you are on Instagram, there's gonna be a way for you to fill out what questions you have in a Google form, and then I will receive those questions and I will use those questions to make part 2 of this video of how I got Superman testosterone. Now, it's very interesting. Nowadays, what's happening is we have the 10 challenges from the Testosterone Truth going on. I recorded the Testosterone Truths earlier this year. There were 10 truths that I recorded. I know I promised you 14, but I gave you 10. Apologies for that. Maybe 4 will come in the future. And feel free to tell me what 4 more truths you want, because pretty much all the basics are in there. And also this year, things happened in terms of stress levels, my travels. I started another company, Afro-D, which is the name of my supplement. I started the Afro-D Academy, which is a private Facebook group of badass men that are pushing each other, challenging each other. Right now we have the Testosterone Truth series going on, and today we are on challenge 7 of 10. And all those guys taking action. If you are not on the Testosterone Truth group, you're making a big mistake. Get on the Testosterone Truth official. There's 1,700 members on it by now. It's just a terrific group, people pushing each other, a lot of guys posting their blood test results, their fasting results, what they're eating, their vulnerability with porn addiction, just people being fucking real and just expressing themselves as much as possible, because that is the main thing I see. And I'm gonna get into my results very soon, but I wanna do an intro with you because a lot of you are watching me who may not know who I am. And look, I'm a skinny guy, okay? I'm just a skinny guy, I'm fit, I'm lean, I work out quite a bit, but I'm not some big bodybuilder, big massive dude that looks like he's on roids or something. I'm not that, I'm just a lean guy, but I got super fucking high Superman testosterone. And I'm gonna show you my results here, but it didn't happen overnight. It took me years to get here, and I did it all naturally. And in this video, it's something I didn't do in the previous video. I want to break down exactly my mindset, how I win, how I compete, how I say fuck you to the world, people who try to get me away from my mission, how I respond to stress, what is important for me in life, how I live in a minimal way, how I don't waste money on bad habits. All of those things I'm going to tell you. And a lot of the neuroscience studies that I've done, and obviously my PhD in neuroscience, my master's in neuroscience, a lot of neuroscience education has helped me rewire my own brain. I've already coached 260 one-on-one clients and group coaching clients, obviously. And the Afro-D Academy is a group of guys who are just the most elite men in the world. And I'll give you a chance to be there. And I'm gonna post the links below on how you can get to the Afro-D Academy and become a part of our group, and exactly what the hell Afro-D even is. And I'm gonna get into all of that in this video. So, again, I wanted to intro this because I want to express myself to you how happy I am and how serious I am about all this. You know, the testosterone truth challenges, guys being so vulnerable, so sensitive. Like, you know, we're redefining what it means to be an alpha male. We're redefining what it means to be a father, a lover, a provider, a caretaker, a guy who takes the hair of the Victoria's Secret model and fucks her in the back all day long, all night long, and makes her cry with the love you're giving her. I mean, there's just very interesting things that are happening with everything that's going on, and I'm very happy to show you these results. So let's get started. So here is my blood test page that I want to show you. This is the first page, okay? Now, I want to make sure this is right. You can see everything. I'm going to just try to zoom in on a specific result right there. I don't know if you can see this. I'm pretty sure you can see this. So my bioavailable testosterone right here, okay, you see it. It is 13.3 nanomoles per liter, okay? And the reference range is right here, 3.6 to 11.2. And that's why here you see in black it says HI, high. So that's why my doctor called me and said, Farhan, you know, because I've been working with her with the blood test results. And by the way, challenge 2 or 3, I believe it's challenge 3 is to get a blood test result. And when you do the 10 testosterone truth challenges, you will know exactly how to get your blood test done. Listen, I cannot stress this enough. If you're not getting your blood test done, you're doing yourself a big disservice. If you have a deficiency in a certain vitamin or mineral and you're trying to boost your testosterone, good luck. Because when I started, and I'm going to show you this, my vitamin D was fucking low, super, super low. And guess what? My testosterone was also super low. My free testosterone was low. My bioavailable testosterone was low. And the first step I had to do was fix my vitamin D levels, get that sunlight exposure, get those vitamin D supplements. And obviously, I tried my best. It's not easy to get sunlight exposure when you're living in winter climate, but I did whatever I could. I lived at the beach as much as I could. I traveled a lot. I visited many, many countries, dozens of countries in these last 3-4 years. And I'm very happy to say that I'm fortunate to be in this position, you know, boosting my testosterone 24/7. So there's a lot you can learn from this. Don't waste your time with people who promise you magic pills and overnight successes. It ain't gonna happen. It takes years, man. But I'm gonna show you how fast you can do it and how easy it is if you just follow the steps, all right? So now again, bioavailable testosterone is high. This is the main thing I wanna show you. Now look, there's a lot of comments I've gotten in the past there, oh, you know what, the time of the test was a little bit off, a couple of hours later, a couple of hours earlier, and that's why you had these results. Like when I doubled my testosterone, I showed the video last year, I saw some comments like, Doc, this test was done at 9:30, but your previous one was done at 11:30, so there was a 2-hour difference, and it's possible that your testosterone decreased in those 2 hours, and that's the bias. Well, let me tell you what David Hubel told me. David Hubel is a Nobel Prize winner. I had lunch with him, and one thing he said is very interesting. He said, Farhan, I want to hear the neurons, right? So one thing we asked him is like, David, or Dr. Hubel, we call him David. David, what is the next thing we need to study in neuroscience? What is left to study? He says, you know what, the olfactory system, the smell system. Figure out how smell works in the brain. That's the next thing. And I told him why. He's like, look, a lot of guys are doing visual, auditory, memory, attention, but they're doing all these mathematical models, all these like complicated equations, but fuck that. I just want to hear it. If I can hear it, I believe it. And what he meant by hearing is the neuron, if he could hear the neuron. So when we were studying the visual system, every time you would move a bar, right? Imagine there's a cell, you're recording from a cell in the back of the brain of the monkey, like area V1, which is primary visual cortex, or area MT, the middle temporal area. These are areas which encode corners, lines, motion, things that are something that we perceive visually. So imagine I'm recording from a cell that responds to bars going this way, right? I'm waving this to a monkey, and the monkey's watching, and the cell I'm recording from actually prefers this direction of the bar. So you know what's going to happen? I'm going to hear brr, 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 but then brr, 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 and the opposite, brr, brr, like that. So the point is, if you can hear the neuron, you believe it. Oh, this neuron prefers upward and this way motion. Whatever this is for you, left or right. I don't know which way you're looking at. For me, it's left. Well, for me, it's right, but for you, it might be left. But that's what the neuron prefers. So for us in blood testing, when you see a result that says high, that's analogous to just hearing that cell. Like you don't need any goofball. There's no argument. Like there is no argument now, right? That's what I'm super happy about, because I was also asking myself, like, oh, dude, fuck, that's true. You did that test at 11:30, and then this one at 9:30. Damn, is it gonna be biased? I didn't think it would be. Not that much. Like I don't think you could double your testosterone in 2 hours of difference. No, I don't think so. But I still had that doubt because I'm a scientist, like those guys who commented are very science driven, and I love that. I love you guys when you question me, call my ass out. So now that I have this test of high bioavailable testosterone, even higher than the fucking reference range, okay? Look at me, I'm just a Pakistani kid. I'm 37 almost. In January 20th, I turned 37. And I have this testosterone, and I'm gonna get into total and free and other things very soon. But just understand that, and I'm also going to get into how I changed my life this year. This is going to get really, really good. And you're going to get a lot of insights. You might be doing some stupid shit to boost testosterone and it ain't going to help. All right? Some very controversial things that I'm going to say, which are true because it's worked for me. It's worked for my 260 coaching clients. It's worked for the Aphrodite Academy, the Testosterone Truth guys, and hundreds of thousands of other people that just took my information for free. All right? So listen up. If you have something that is so extraordinary, like Superman testosterone, which I have now, then there is no argument. There's no time argument, or there's no any bullshit argument of how you calculated it or how you measured it or equations and parameters. Bullshit. Doesn't matter. This is it. We're done. But we're not done, because I'm going to increase my bioavailable testosterone even more in the coming years, and my free and my total. All right, so let's get into it a little bit more. I'm going to stay on this page. All right, now if you look, my total testosterone is this 26.7 nanomoles per liter. And remember, you must look at the, make sure this is, yeah, I'm sure you could read this. You must look at the metric, the actual measurement that you're looking at, right? Nanomoles per liter. Now, if you look at the nanograms per deciliter, this is what you're usually used to. When you hear, 300 total testosterone, that's nanograms per deciliter, okay? So if you convert 26.7 nanomoles per liter into that measurement, it's 770 nanograms per deciliter. So my testosterone levels, total testosterone is almost 800 now. And I started at 376. I'm going to show you those test results as well so you see it with your eyes. My free testosterone is now 570 picomoles per liter. And I'm going to show you the calculations and all this very soon, and I've converted everything. And my free testosterone has more than doubled now from what it was before. And obviously my bioavailable testosterone is just off the charts, man. It's at 383, I believe, or 384. Nanograms per deciliter. My bioavailable testosterone now has become higher than my total testosterone was 4 years ago. Yeah, it takes years. It ain't a joke. But remember, I made a lot of mistakes in these last 4 years. So I'm going to point out exactly what has worked for me and what has not worked for me, because I did make a lot of mistakes and I don't want you to make those mistakes also. All right? So this is what I wanted to show you. Look, my zinc is normal, 12.4, you see that. My SHBG, this is a very important result, okay? It's 36.8 nanomoles per liter. And I'm going to show you what it was before. It is definitely within the reference range. It's definitely not high. It's lower than average, which is good. Okay, you don't want your SHBG to be too low. You don't want your SHBG to be too high. A lot of my coaching clients that I'm coaching right now in group coaching, out of the 14 guys that I coach every week, I think 4 or 5 of them have high SHBG, and we're working on that specific part. And it's not easy because it could be an insulin, it could be a fact that there's an insulin issue, because sometimes there have been studies that show that low insulin is high SHBG. Right? So guys who have a lot of caloric restriction, keto diets, not eating enough carbs, not eating enough calories, just almost like starving themselves, going on long extended fasts. Look, I've done all this stuff, especially this year, but I've also really nourished myself with fruits and complex carbs, and I'm gonna get into that diet part soon. But I'm just letting you know that SHBG, lowering SHBG is something you could do naturally. You don't need to take pills and some other bullshit or injections. Fuck all that, okay? Everything natural. Now, so I'm showing you my SHBG here. You saw the testosterone. My DHEA is here. It's also normal. This is an adrenal cortex hormone, okay, DHEA. And I'm not gonna go into this here. And estradiol is also not high. It's quite low. And this is a measurement of estrogen in the body. So I did a lot of testing here, okay? So this is what I wanted to show you at first. Now, let's go back to 4 years ago. What happened 4 years ago? So 4 years ago, this was my testosterone results, okay? My total testosterone was 376. Now look, here you can see the date. It is, and I'm gonna show you the other date as well. Actually, let me show you that right now. So again, just to be very, very transparent, you see that this was done October 30th, 2018, so just a few days ago, or depending on when you're watching the video, it could have been a week ago, but it's very, very recent. And look, it was recorded at 8 a.m. That's when I got my blood test done, and that's what I recommend for you guys. Your before results, your after results, always do it as early as possible in the morning, okay? So I got this at 8 a.m., around 8 a.m., okay? So just to show you, now I'm gonna show you the first test. Right here, this is the first test, okay? You look, my vitamin D was this low. It was 12, okay? And the L is for low, and this is nanograms per milliliter. And look, the optimal range is 30 to 100. I have reported all of this stuff in a chart, and I'm gonna show you the entire summary, numbers-wise, of what happened. But this was one of the big reasons why I had so low testosterone. Now look at these results here, okay? Let me just, make sure you can see it. Okay, look, 376 total testosterone. Look at free testosterone, 7.7 nanograms per deciliter. I'm gonna show you what this became. I've done all the calculations so I can show you on the chart, and my SHBG is 32. So you notice that my SHBG's actually become a little bit higher, from 32 to 36.8. Not that much higher, but a little bit higher. But my bioavailable testosterone has skyrocketed. It's amazing. So don't always think that it is just an SHBG issue. No, no, no. Because remember, the binding of SHBG to testosterone, the affinity, can't always be the same in every body. Remember that. The other thing is, you have to look at the interaction of what SHBG is doing to testosterone in your body versus my body versus other people's bodies. So it's not just, oh, I have high SHBG, that is the problem. This is how I need to this is how I need to increase my bioavailable testosterone and my free testosterone because I'm just going to lower my SHBG. No, because if you lower your SHBG, your total testosterone might lower too. And that's what happens in a lot of guys. If your total testosterone increases, your SHBG will increase, but you don't want it to increase too much. Okay, that's the key. Look at mine. My bioavailable doubled. My total doubled, but my SHBG stayed the same. That's what you want, all right? So now, and again, a lot of studies are inconclusive about SHBG. Some show that you need to increase your fiber intake to decrease SHBG. Some show that you need to decrease your fiber intake to decrease SHBG. There's a lot of issues, but we do know that caloric restriction and not eating enough is gonna increase your SHBG. The other thing we know, pretty conclusive, is that if you work out too hard, because I have coaching clients that are ripped as fuck, bodybuilding types, really, really shredded guys have super high SHBG, like off the charts, above 100. SHBG. And they also have very high total testosterone, and they're not really suffering too much from erectile dysfunction or any kind of not being able to increase muscle mass or libido problems. They're not suffering from any of that. They're more suffering from confidence issues and self-expression issues. So I coach them in that, on how to express yourself to the world, how not to give a fuck about what anyone thinks, how to do whatever the fuck you want, wherever you want, however you want, with who you want. We want this. So some guys want to get coached in that. Some guys want to have a problem with libido and erectile dysfunction and premature ejaculation and sexual stuff. So just different, it just varies a bit. So this is what's happening. Free testosterone, look at the ranges here, man. 376, and look at the range here. I am such on the low range. I'm like almost like clinically low here. SHBG is 32. It's kind of in the middle, which is, thank God I didn't have to worry about that too much. Free testosterone, look, 4.8 to 25, and I'm at a 7.7. Horseshit. Okay, I'm gonna show you what happened. So now I want to show you a chart of exactly what happened. Actually, I want to tell you something. As we move towards the end of this video, I'm also going to show you a paper which has modeled what the total testosterone should be of every age. Now, they haven't done a free testosterone or bioavailable testosterone, unfortunately, but we can calculate that. So whatever age you are, as we move forward in this video, I'm going to show you a chart, and I'm going to show you some bar graphs and some line charts, some scatter plots, which show you, according to your age, what your total testosterone should be. And your free testosterone should be anywhere from 1 to 2% of that. Mine is higher than 2%, which is fucking fantastic. You want that. You want to go up like around 3%, which is like going to give you that vigor, that ability to fuck, that ability to be confident, to express yourself, to take big risks, financial risks, relationship risks, whatever. Put yourself out of your comfort zone. Get the hell into your fucking body and your heart. Okay, so this is what we're after. And of course, vulnerability and being real and honest and authentic is a huge part of all of this, because that is the biggest thing, getting out of your comfort zone, being you. All right. So next thing, what I want to show you is, again, the same chart right here. I showed you this before, my total testosterone, free testosterone, and so on. And look at the ranges here, okay? So I showed you the ranges already. I don't have to go through that, but let me show you other parts of this test. For example, look at my vitamin D, okay? Look at my vitamin D here. It is, 75 to 250 nanomoles per liter. This is the range, and I am at 82. So I am above the low, so I'm not low or anything. I'm in that range, but I'm not too high either. So keep in mind, like, I have Superman testosterone now, but my vitamin D is not crazy high. So just supplement enough and get enough sunlight exposure that you're not chronically low. Just have enough. You don't need some crazy high vitamin D levels like some YouTubers and bloggers, the fakers with fakery will tell you. Don't listen to them. Just don't be too low in your vitamin D and you're good, all right? And don't worry about all this other stuff. I did a lot of STD testing and all this. You can look at it. It's all negative. All right. Thank God. So this is okay. My zinc, magnesium, vitamin D are all normal. And my bioavailable, free, and total testosterone are super high. Okay. Now let's look at the previous test, what happened. So the first thing I showed you in this video is my results from today, like just 3-4 days ago. Okay. Like last month, like a week ago, basically. And then I showed you what happened 4 years ago, approximately 4 years ago. Now I want to show you what happened last year, okay? I want you to see what can happen in just 1 year. And then I'm, again, going to show you that chart so you can see everything in the same metric, because some of these tests are in different metrics. Because the first test I did was in Vegas, it was in Dallas. This one is in Toronto. And the one I did 2 years ago was in Montreal. So it's different test centers. They're not going to vary too much, but the metrics vary. So I've calculated and done all the calculations for you. So I'm going to show you that chart very soon so you have a clearer idea of what's going on. But this is from last year. This is the YouTube video I made a year ago, okay? So last year, as you can see right here, my total testosterone was at a 25.6, which is a 738 nanogram per deciliter. So it went from 738 to 770 in a year. No, not a big deal, whatever, right? Now, if we look at, next, this is super cool. This is my free testosterone. Let me back this up a bit so you can see it better. Free. There, okay, now you can see everything. So here, look at the free testosterone. It's at 489 picomoles per liter, okay? It's pretty good. Look, 196 to 636, that's the range. It's around 500, so that's good. That was really, really good. I doubled my free testosterone in 3 years. Look, the zinc was normal right here, you see it, okay? And the vitamin D was actually, look, it's underlined because it is actually insufficient. It's in this insufficient nanomole per liter range. So it's interesting because my vitamin D from last year to today is not like super high. It's kind of borderline in that range of sufficient, and I'm okay. So this concept, this myth that we have that we need the super high, crazy vitamin D levels for high testosterone, don't do that. Don't take excess vitamin D with your drops. Like, don't be taking 20,000 IUs per day, which I know some people take, which are very famous YouTube celebrities in fitness. I wouldn't do that. I would not make your levels toxically high because you could have toxicity in vitamin D. So look, I'm giving you proof here, okay? When I doubled my testosterone, my vitamin D was actually on the borderline of insufficiency, and I was still good. So you want your vitamin D, obviously, because it is one of the precursors of testosterone. You need vitamin D to make testosterone. It's essential, it's necessary. So you need it, but you don't want to have it in excess, okay? So keep that in mind. Now look at the bioavailable testosterone. It's at 8, okay? 8, and look at the reference range, 1.6 to 13.2. So I haven't surpassed this at all. Look, it's 8.0 here a year ago. And now it's 13.3. I even surpassed this reference range. So not only did I surpass the current reference range of this year of all the people that they've serviced, and that's how reference ranges work. They take a sample of all the people, all the men of all the ages that they've serviced, and they have a range. So last year's range was 1.6 to 13.2, and I've even surpassed that range. Okay, unbelievable. Anyway, so this is wonderful, obviously, results. So I showed you my zinc, my vitamin D. Now let me also show you my magnesium. Right here, look, my magnesium was normal, 0.89. Again, it's kind of like on the high end of it. Not really though, I mean, don't worry about that. So from what we see so far in how to increase testosterone, you want to have enough vitamin D. Don't be chronically low, because I was very low. You saw when I had a 376 total testosterone and very low free testosterone, very low bioavailable testosterone. You want to be normal magnesium and normal zinc. Don't try to be too high, because I'm not, and I'm good, very good for that matter. So that's something to keep in mind. Now this is a test I haven't shown you guys because it wasn't very relevant. It didn't really add any value in the video I recorded a year ago, but today it may add some value. So let me show you. This was a test I did right here, yeah. So March 13, 2017. So it was about, 7 or so months before the test when I doubled my testosterone. So it was just 7 months before I had the doubling of it. And if you look at my total testosterone right here, okay, it's at a 19.05 nanomoles per liter. And this is around, if it's 500 and something. It's not very high at all, okay? And look, it's not around this 27 range, right? It's not like high. I didn't double anything at this time. And what's interesting with this test is that, look, the same test, if the same results, if I go to my, look at the same thing. Look at the magnesium. It's okay. It's totally normal. Here you see the magnesium results. It's totally okay. But if you look at this was the really interesting one, okay? Right here, if you look at my vitamin D, okay, it is at a 240.2. And this was actually toxic. Look, it says if it's greater than 225, it's risqué d'intoxication croissant en fonction de la concentration, which means there's a risk of intoxication, a cross intoxication in the function of the concentration, something like that. But basically it's toxic if it's that high. Pardon my French. So this wasn't helping me much. Now, I cannot tell you that just because my vitamin D was so toxic and so high, I could not double my testosterone, but it is possible. Okay, it's just an insight for you to learn from, a tool I'm giving you here. All right? So that's cool. Now, let me see if I missed anything else here. I showed you that. This is something that is, that doesn't matter. I showed you, let's see if anything from last year I need to show you that I haven't shown you yet. Probably not. Yeah, this is like my stool results. Like, who cares? I don't think you care about that. Yeah, everything was normal. Everything that the only one thing I would note that 4 years ago, my LDL was very high. LDL, low density lipoprotein. This is the thing that holds cholesterol to the receptor, to the cell. It's like a carrier protein, low density lipoprotein, LDL cholesterol. And that was very high. But my cholesterol stuff, if you want to know, I can make an entire video about cholesterol, which we're still not sure about if it's good for you, if it's bad for you, diet-wise. The vegans will tell you it's really bad for you. I personally, my cholesterol's fine. It's not low or anything. And I'll show you all those results. If you care, comment below or put it in the Google form that I'm going to supply to you. But ask me very specific questions. You want to know how to naturally decrease testosterone, naturally increase testosterone? What do you want to know about it? Cholesterol. What do you want to know about it? Do you want to naturally increase it, naturally decrease it? A lot of people go on statin drugs. You don't need to do that. That's crazy. I've had very high cholesterol and I decreased it naturally because I wanted to. If I want to increase my cholesterol naturally, I know how to do that shit too. So you just ask me, all right? This was good. This is something that, oh yeah, I just showed you this. This was my, the test I didn't show you last time. Yeah, this is cool. Okay, so now I've shown you everything. Now I'm gonna show you this. All right, man, I made this badass figure. Don't you like it? My journey to Superman testosterone. Hell yeah. Make sure everything's recording fine. All right, so let me show you the chart. Okay, I don't think you can see all of this, right? If you can see all of this, let me just adjust the camera. You can see this whole thing. Just adjusting my Gorilla Pod here so you could see it. Or at least see most of it. All right. Man, it's not easy to see, huh? Let me see what I could do here for you. Let me know if you like this format of me just showing you through my iPad everything. I really enjoy it. I think I can make a lot more YouTube videos this way and really reach every single person that I want to reach on YouTube, not just trolls. Oh my God. All right, I hope you can see this pretty well. All right, so this is the summary, okay? I took it upon the liberty of kind of structuring this for you so it's easy. So here it's summary of results. Here are the dates, okay? So it goes from the earliest here to the latest here, like what happened last week. So you can think of it like 4 years ago, sort of 3 years ago, or 2-3 years ago, a year ago, and then now. All right. So if you look at total, it goes from 376 to 549 to 738 to 770. Wow, wonderful! Look at this fucking doubling, man. Free 7.7. And then I couldn't do it here because they didn't have it in Montreal. And look at this doubling. It's not really a double. It's about 80%. Now, the reason in the previous video that I recorded a year ago, I said it doubled is because I did a calculation of the free testosterone because that is what they did before. So I wanted to, instead of taking their measured free testosterone, which I didn't do 4 years ago, there was a calculation that they did. I wanted to keep both the same measurement. I don't know if that makes sense. I didn't want to bias it because 4 years ago, the way they did my free testosterone was different from what they did last year. But because I had my SHBG results, I did the calculation myself. That's how it doubled. That's why it said last year it doubled. Anyway, right now that doesn't really matter. But 7.7 to 14.1 to 16.4. All right, look at this motherfucker. Let me make this red to really show you, okay? So this is the free testosterone. We really care about this. Look, free testosterone is the testosterone that is not bound to SHBG. It's not bound to albumin. It's not bound to cortisol. It's not bound to estrogen. These are the things that actually hold on to testosterone. It's not just SHBG and albumin. Cortisol can bind to testosterone. About 3.5% of testosterone is bound to cortisol. Okay? Lower your fucking stress, man. And maybe 1 to 2% is bound to estrogen. Okay? That's not my estradiol results I showed you, which are very normal. So look at this. 16.4, and the range is 5.65 to 18.4. All right? Very good. I'm very high in free testosterone, like almost at that range. Now look at the bioavailable. It goes from 190 to 230. Not a big difference. Really note this. Even though my free testosterone doubled, my total testosterone doubled, my bioavailable didn't. Interesting, right? But look at the SHBG. The SHBG, which I show here, goes from 32 to 40. So maybe it's hard to say, man. These are interesting topics because it's like we have this strict definition that when testosterone binds to SHBG, it is no longer functional. Maybe. That's not very conclusive. Like, we don't know that if testosterone binds to SHBG, it cannot separate easily. That's not some fact. It's a continuum. Yeah, it is harder for testosterone to separate from SHBG than it is albumin, but that doesn't mean it can't disjoint itself. Like, keep these things in mind. There's no black and white. This is science. It's non-linear biology. This is not some Boolean, shout out to Luke. This is not some Boolean thing, okay? We talked about this. Boolean is 0 or 1, okay? This is like a computer science term that I talked to Luke about recently. So look, yes, the SHBG increased. My albumin stayed the same. Remember, albumin binding to testosterone is very weak. That's what we call bioavailable testosterone because it can very easily unbind from albumin. But testosterone may be able to unbind from SHBG, unbind from cortisol, unbind from estrogen. Possibly. We don't know. There's different parameters of how, it's the affinity. Affinity is how much closely jointed testosterone is with these other molecules and these other proteins, all right? So keep this in mind. It's also how strong the connection of the receptor is. How well is the receptor, when testosterone sits on its receptor inside the fucking cell. Remember, testosterone is an intracellular receptor, androgen receptor. It's not outside the cell. Testosterone has to go into the cell, the molecule, which is, it's carried by SHBG or by some carrier protein. It goes inside the cell, and then it has to separate or have the androgen, it had the testosterone apparatus with the other proteins that are surrounding it, and then sit on that androgen receptor. Okay? So this type of thing is very unique to molecules like testosterone. Think about it, man. Testosterone is so strong, it can go inside the cell, it can bind to the receptor with its complex called the androgen receptor complex, with testosterone and other things that are bound to it. There's zinc fingers that are there in the receptor that keep it bound to the receptor. And all of these things in the receptor, this is happening inside the cell. It's unbelievable. The genetic expression can happen right after testosterone binds to this thing. And then don't even get me started on epigenetics, how genes can turn on and off as you live life, as you're in the womb of your mother, as you do certain activities that turn genes on and off, and there's methylation that happens in genes. It's just this fabulous field of epigenetics that I might get into in a future video, but my God, unbelievable, man. So now let's get back to this. Look at the bioavailable, okay? So it goes from 190 to 230, doesn't double shit. But in this 1 year, this last year, from 230, okay, to 384. 384 bioavailable testosterone. Look, the reference range is 104 to 323. I am way above the reference range here. 384, this is Superman shit. All right, so SHBG, you saw it, it decreased a little bit, 40 to 37, but not a big deal. Look at vitamin D, 12, right? So 30 to 100 is optimal. Mine was 12 4 years ago. Okay, this is nanograms per milliliter. I've written the units here if you're interested. Then it became a bit toxic, 92.5. It's still below 100, but it's quite high. Now look, 28.1, right there, the borderline optimal. 28.1. Look, 31.5. It's not vitamin D that did it in a year, guys. Okay? And look at this, 11.4, 12.4. It wasn't zinc either. Look, 0.89 to 0.92. It wasn't magnesium either. It was my lifestyle. And I'm going to get into that very soon. But before I do that, let me show you. So again, I'm going to keep this here. And again, more questions. I'll make part 2. I'll make 10 parts of this video if you want. I mean, I know everything here. Just ask me and you're going to get it. And get your ass on the Testosterone Truth group and ask those badass guys. And get your ass in the Afro-D Academy and ask even more elite people who are actually taking action and taking Afro-D. I'm going to get into Afro-D soon as well. So just bear with me. I'm also going to do timestamps. All right. So this is the paper I want to show you. It is a wonderful paper. All right. And what I want to show you specifically, if we go down, let's look at not the log adjusted chart, but the normal chart, this one, okay? Now this right here, if you can see it well, all right? This is the total testosterone in nanomoles per liter and the age, and they show you how far away you are from the average. Standard deviations are just ways to look at variance, if you're an outlier, you're more than 3 standard deviations away. Okay, so this is what they're showing you here. Now, I'm 37, so I'm around here, and if you go up, I have a 26.7 total testosterone. So I'm right here in this green section, which is between 2 and 3 standard deviations. So I'm now an outlier in my total testosterone at the age of 37, if you see it here. And all of these are the ranges, all right? So all of these are, some of these are all average, the red, okay, this is within 1 standard deviation. And then these are the really low, around 5. So if you're at this point, then you're gonna need help. And look, I mean that in a very nice way. I'm here to help you. The guys in the Testosterone Truth group are here to help you. Like, we're here to help each other. Let's grow together and let's fucking quadruple testosterone if we can. All right. So that's where I am right here in this range, very, very high. And I want you to look at this, look at your age, and I'm going to show you a chart soon too so you can be more clear. All right. So first percentile, look, if you look at 37, so this is age and total testosterone, nanomoles per liter. I'm at 26.7, and they show you how high you are. So at 37, if I go up, okay, I'm right here. Look. Okay, 37, you go up, right here. I'm around 26.7. So I'm at the 99th percentile of all men in total testosterone, which is wonderful. My God, this skinny Pakistani kid did it. All right. Now, this is a very interesting chart, okay? I'm going to turn it around this way so you can see it. I don't know, I'm going to try to zoom in as well. So basically, what this chart shows is you have the normative age-related total testosterone with age and how high you are in percentage. So all you have to do is look at the age of, so you look at your age, okay? I'm going to give you a link to this paper so you can see it. So look, at 37, I'm here, and the 99th percentile is 27.6, and this is the 97.5 percentile. So I'm between 97.5 percentile and 99 percentile. So I'm like in the top 1 to 2% of total testosterone. And in bioavailable testosterone, I'm above the reference range. Wow, all right? So again, a lot of this is really, really good stuff. You should read this paper if you get the chance, and these are the references. That's it. Now, the last part of the video, I want to get into what I did different this year, because this is the crux, man. Look, if you want to know some other stuff, go watch the video I recorded a year ago. But right now, let's discuss what I did this year that's different than any time in my life, because bioavailable testosterone doesn't just do this for the heck of it. So listen up. I'm going to break down every lifestyle factor that there is and how my life changed in this last year regarding that lifestyle factor. Let's start with sleep. The one difference I made is that I have been sleeping early and waking up early this year. Not every day, but I would say it's 75% of the time, 80% of the time, 80-20. I'm sleeping early, and I mean like 9 p.m., 9:30 p.m., and waking up like 5, 6 a.m. This is a big change in my life this year, and I fucking love it. I'm getting so much work done. I mean, dude, the Afro-D Academy, Afro-D, a brand new company that I started, designed my own supplement. It took me 2.5 years, but just this year was the time that I designed it and actually started the marketing of it, gave it to so many people to test. Now it's in the market. All these guys are using it and getting phenomenal results. It's just that in itself is a huge deal, because it's very different for me. It's very new for me. I'm a scientist. I'm not some business guy. So being able to be so productive and focused in something while traveling and having a girlfriend and having a lot of sex, it's not easy. So sleep, one, you just heard. Now, exercise. Not that much different, except I'm doing a lot of blood flow exercises. So getting the blood flow going to the sexual organs, getting it going to the penis, getting it going to the pelvic floor muscles. I've been breathing better. Whenever I do exercises, I take my time with glute exercises. I take my time, because when I do my squats and lunges and anything that is a big leg exercise, I want to make sure my glutes are being used. So I've learned very advanced techniques on how to activate my glutes, how to activate my hips, and specifically how to get that blood flow in the pelvic floor regions before I start my actual strength workout. Man, I'm pushing like 650 pounds at the gym just with the sled. I'm just fucking pushing it. I run out of 45-pound plates there, and people are looking at me like, holy shit, that skinny guy can push 650 pounds? How? Testosterone, that's how. Anyway, I laugh because it's just, I'm really happy with what's happening right now. So, exercise, improve your blood flow. And I showed you a lot of that stuff in the Testosterone Truth Challenge 6. If you want even more advanced stuff, the Afro-D Academy website has all that. The Afro-D Academy guys get their own specific challenges. We're on challenge 6 now for them. And obviously, I'll give you an entire spiel about what the Afro-D Academy is. I'm going to give you a link so you can click on it. I have an entire discussion about what is Afro-D, what is the Afro-D Academy. Only if you're interested, I want to tell you about it. Okay? But I'm going to give you the main points here in this video. So that's exercise. The third one is diet. Okay. This year, I stopped my veganism, my rigorous veganism. Because remember, I did my veganism in Toronto, and before I left, I stopped being vegan 100%. However, when I went to Bali this year, I was vegan for 2 months, strict. And I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables still, a lot of complex carbs, so sweet potatoes, brown rice, quinoa, lot of probiotics, a lot. 1 kombucha a day this year, for sure. A lot of kimchi, sauerkraut, dill pickle. I don't do any supplements per se, except Afro-D. Afro-D is the only supplement I do. I haven't even done vitamin D supplements this year, okay? I might start now because now it's winter in Toronto and we're not gonna get any sun. So that would be in terms of diet. very healthy diet still. I do eat to being full. I do not starve myself. I have gone on extended fast. I did in New York a 110-hour fast. I've done several 72, I did an 81-hour fast in Stockholm just a couple of months ago. I did 3-day fast in Bali when I was there. Different extended fasts are always there. I love those. Okay, so keep that in mind. I'm doing extended fasting, intermittent fasting every day. Same thing as I've always done. So that's staying consistent, but I'm eating enough. Like it's not like I can show you a six-pack if I flex, but I cannot. I don't have a six-pack without flexing. Like I'm just a normal guy, just like a normal guy, lean. You know, I'm not skinny fat or anything. Like you can. I don't know if you can see it, but like it's just I'm just a normal. Like this is just my normal thing. Okay. It's not like a six-pack if I walk around. Like I can flex to become a six-pack, but this is just how I am normally. And obviously when I do my extended fasting, you could see the six-pack without any flexing, right? So if you, especially, I started doing dry fasting this year. This is a big one. Dry fasting is when you are also not drinking water, okay? So you're get this back, it's okay. Dry fasting is when you're not drinking water also. So I've done a 44-hour dry fast. I did 4 or 5 days of 24-hour dry fast. This is really interesting. There's a claim that it increases autophagy, which is a fat cell eating itself. It's a very interesting concept. There's something called apoptosis, which is programmed cell death, which can happen in cells of your body. And for us, fat cells, killing those fat cells is important. That's known as autophagy, when it kills itself, when it has apoptosis happening in a signal that it produces in itself. And dry fasting, there's a claim that it increases autophagy by 3 times what you would do it normally. And it's even better than water fasting or coffee fasting or whatever you're doing. So I highly, highly recommend dry fasting. And if you want more advanced stuff, Aphrodite Academy has it. We have a few guys on there that do dry fasting regularly. They're experts. They've been doing it for months, some years. So this is something you can really learn if you join the Aphrodite Academy. And look, I'm telling you this because I'm serious about this. If you are a serious person, look, if you're some kind of guy who's like fucking around, getting free stuff all the time and doing a little bit of action but not really, then you don't need to join. You can just continue your life and just be who you are. But if you're serious about boosting testosterone, if you're serious about challenging yourself, getting out of your comfort zone, having accountability, guys pushing the shit out of you to make sure you do what you need to do, get your health in order, get your masculinity in order, your testosterone doubled. If you're really interested in that, you need to join the Aphrodite Academy. And I'm telling you right now, I'll give you all the details in another video. You can click on in the description and I'll tell you all about what these things are, what Aphrodite is, all the mentorship that is available through me live and workshops that we have, our private website that's members only, our Facebook group that's members only, the challenges we do. It's just an amazing group of men that I highly recommend you think about this. Okay, so we finished diet. Again, questions, post them below, put it in the Google form and I'll answer it in part 2. What else now? Intermittent fasting I covered. Macros, more or less the same. The protein that I used to eat with my vegan meals, I eat meat. Nowadays I'm eating beef/lamb 1 to 2 times a week. Chicken, I'm eating chicken or salmon or a combination of those two. I'm eating more or less every day, okay? Nowadays, this is nowadays. And every now and then I do a meal with lentils or beans. My brown rice, quinoa, sweet potato is always there. A lot of vegetables, a lot of kale, broccoli. I make smoothies with berries. In the morning, my first meal is with granola. If you follow me on Instagram, and you should if you don't follow me, it's at doc.farhan. Follow me on Instagram. I post all my meals on there, what I eat, my first meal, second meal, all that shit is on there. Nowadays, as my first meal, I'm doing coconut milk kefir with acai powder, mangosteen powder, which is a queen of the fruits, they call it. It's a superfood. I'm putting in almond milk, this organic almond milk that I got. I'm doing macadamia, Brazil nuts, some other nuts, mixed nuts in there. I put in there spirulina, some chia seeds. This is really nice raw type vegan breakfast. And anyway, if you want to know all about that, just follow me on Instagram and you got it there. So that's my diet. Next, let's talk about sex. I had a lot of sex this year, okay? My ex-girlfriend, you might not know this, but we did break up. And I've spoken a little bit about this with group coaching guys, but just to respect her privacy, I don't want to discuss too much here, but we did break up. But I got my testosterone test just now. So all the sex is probably a part of increasing bioavailable testosterone. This is my guess. I did have sex before her, but this year it was just a lot of sex. And it was wonderful, mind-blowing sex, and I loved it. Like, this year was the best year of my life, by the way. You probably tell, I probably look very healthy to you, because I am. And I feel very, very good, very productive, very focused. So sexual activity was very high, and I highly, highly recommend you figure out a way to get a girlfriend. If you don't know how, then come do coaching with me. I'll help you with all the shit I've learned in the last 4 years, 5 years on relationship stuff. So that's one thing, a lot of sex. Next, I want to talk about supplementation. So I haven't taken any supplements this year. No vitamin D, no ZMA, none of that. The only supplement that I took was Afro-D. Afro-D is a custom-made herb that I've designed myself. It took me 3 years, 2.5 to 3 years to do this entire thing. So do all the testing on myself, figure out the formulation, which there's 4 ingredients in there. It's tonkatali, hushuwu, pearl powder, and schizandra berry, and what ratios to use, what dosages to use, what concentrations, where to get them, which farms to use, which organic farms to use, how to do the production, the manufacturing, the distribution, the microbiology testing, the trace element testing, all the rigorous testing that I have to do to make the best herb on the planet for men. That's what I came up with, and that's Afro-D. So I've been taking Afro-D for a year. So literally the year of doubling, well, almost doubling bioavailable, but like getting the bioavailable off the charts. Afro-D, if you put a gun to my head right now, it's Afro-D. Afro-D did it because the ingredients in Afro-D, not only do they increase blood flow, but they are clinically proven with 7 clinical trials of especially tonkatali to boost free testosterone, bioavailable testosterone, and total testosterone. This is clinically proven results. There's 7 human trials, not rats or rabbits or guinea pigs, it's humans. And so I made this herb, which is also very well balanced. So I've been taking it every day for a year. Not cycling it, 5 days on, 2 days off, none of that, because it's well balanced. I put in the cooling ingredients, the calming ingredients, the grounding elements in there. So you can take it every day and have that balanced formula. Now, the Afro-D Academy guys are taking it. Every single one of them are taking it. Other guys are taking it. And look, we sell out really fast. Our first shipment sold out. Our second shipment's almost sold out. We doubled our shipment, the number of packages we ordered. That's also almost sold out. So I'm telling you right now, whatever is happening with Afro-D and the Afro-D Academy, we are creating a fucking movement. And you need to jump on this as soon as possible if you want the benefits. So again, if you put a gun to my head, Afro-D is the one change that allowed my bioavailable testosterone to skyrocket and become Superman testosterone. Okay? Now the next one, stress, cortisol. Okay, so I traveled a lot this year. I went with my girlfriend, my ex, to, I went to Stockholm to surprise her. Then we went to Bali together, had a lot of sex there, came back to Stockholm. Now I'm in Toronto, so I did a lot of travel. There was a lot of relationship, the ups and downs of any relationship was there, but there was a lot of winner effect too. There was a lot of challenges, a lot of travel, a lot of risk taking, a lot of competition, a lot of aggression, a lot of doing what is inside my heart and letting that shit out. There was a lot of that this year, and I bet you that also had a little bit to do with boosting my bioavailable testosterone and all the other parameters of my masculinity. So that's that. The stress levels were there, but it was also competition and struggle and things that men do. Okay, so a lot of risk taking was there. So that's something that changed dramatically this year. And again, that can play a part as well. I'm almost done with this video because I want to include everything else in part 2. Of course, it's a long video because it's a very important video. I want you to benefit as much as you can from my learnings and everything I've struggled with in the past. Yeah, man, that's it. Like, I'm just super happy. Like, all the years spent of testing the supplement, testing it on my friends who took it, and we tried to refine the ratio to make it perfect. That is wonderful. I mean, look, man, I don't want to tell you, I'm the one who made this thing, so I of course could be biased. You have to listen to the guys who are taking it. Listen to their reviews, their feedback, their experience. I mean, we have ages, all the way from teenagers to people in their 60s who are taking it, and all, maybe even 70-year-olds that I don't even know about who are taking our supplements. So I just want to let you know that if you really want something that is authentic, something that is rigorously tested from a PhD who developed it, someone who cares, someone who's done the work, then this is something you need to do as soon as possible. And I'm going to leave links in the description or in the comments so you can get more information on Aphro-D. Listen to the guys who are taking it. Listen to the guys who are taking advantage of the Aphro-D Academy. Look at the guys who are taking advantage of the challenges, of the exercises that I show them. It's all private stuff that's not available to you. All the bonuses that I offer with Academy membership of things that I've had in the past, things that I've discovered recently, all just the A to Z turnkey solution, man. Like the step-by-step solution to what I did. And I'm fucking proving this shit to you. Show me a YouTuber or a blogger who has shown you and demonstrated that their bioavailable testosterone is off the charts and show you how to do that in an authentic way and documented the last 4 years. Show me one guy who did that. One guy in the world who did that. I'm a guy who did that and has enough education to back it up, enough experience to back it up, and enough guys telling you how amazing their lives are and how much benefit they've had. So I don't know why you're not going to take action. Like, I'm telling you, don't take action in 2 years and 3 years. Like, take action right now. And yeah, any other questions you have, put them in the Google form. I'll be very happy to answer them for you. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything because I wrote some notes down. Yeah, that's it. Actually, there's nothing that I missed. Amazing. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. This is Doc Farhan. And let me know, you know what? In the Google form, I'll put part 2, whatever you want, but also tell me what else you want to know. What topics do you want me to cover when it comes to neuroscience? I mean, I'm here at WeWork. This is an amazing co-working space. I'm in a conference room recording this video, and I can just very easily record videos here and just give as much value as I can. If you want to know something about the brain, about how competition and challenging yourself and taking action, look, it's all about taking action. It's not, you thinking about something, feeling something is not going to change shit in your brain. You need to take action. Your action is what become you. Okay? You become the actions you take. This is the mantra that we have in the Aphro-D Academy. So if you want to know more, you want more permission, more knowledge, which is, I mean, you just got to take fucking action, man. I swear to God, I don't know how much I need to scream to give you this, but whatever you want to know about the brain or about testosterone, about confidence, we're going to have a confidence workshop, an entire workshop with the Academy members only very soon. It's on November 18th. So you need to become a part of the Academy very soon if you want the down and dirty on what the fuck confidence is. And if you can't approach someone you want to approach, or if you can't stand up for yourself to your boss, or if you can't stand up to yourself against your fucking ego and do whatever the hell you want in life, then you need to be at that confidence workshop that we're going to have on November 18th, where every member of the Aphro-D Academy is going to be there live with me, being coached by me one-on-one. And this is not going to happen for free anymore. I gave you guys webinars and workshops and masterclasses in the past. No more free shit. For those who are serious, pay your dues, take action. I want to see if you're serious. If you are, join the Academy, take Aphro-D, join the movement, and I will see you next time. This is Doc Farhan. Love you so much. I'm very, very happy to contribute content on YouTube or Facebook, Instagram for you guys. It's all from the heart. And now I know I'm aggressive, I know I'm serious, I know I'm harsh, I say fuck, but this is who I am. If you don't like it, fuck off, all right? Love you, and take it easy.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, because I know we're supposed to get that test done early morning, right? So that's why I came. Earlier the better.
No problem.
And you said it's even possible for the doctor to just fax it to you. I don't actually need to go to her in person?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So I'll call them today.
Okay, so this is the one that you're asking them about. Okay.
Wonderful.
You need PHL4 and you're not it.
Public health.
PHL4.
Perfect. Awesome.
That's yours.
Thanks so much.
Okay, so you can have a seat for now. And when last did you eat?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
When last did you eat?
Oh, it's been more than 12 hours. Maybe 13. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You have a seat.
Thank you. And which test am I paying for now?
Bioavailable testosterone.
Bioavailable, okay. By the way, do you have SHBG on there too? Like, do you do that automatically?
Not that one.
Okay. But SHBG is there or no?
No, it's not here. Not here.
That's not part of the bioavailable? I mean, you need SHBG to calculate it, so would that be given to me? Can you include that? I'll pay for it if I need.
The thing is, we can't add anything, but if in the bioavailable testosterone, maybe the doctor might determine when from that results for the.
Well, then it'll be too late because I'll have to do everything again. Can we call her now and just ask her? Because she'll just tell you to add it.
Yeah, but I already let me just check something.
Because if I don't, because I'm getting everything done right, then I'll have to get everything done again, and I don't want to do that. That's the problem.
Add anything here.
No, she'll do it. She'll call you and just approve it.
No, we don't do that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so.
'Cause,
I'm not
yeah.
sure what it contains.
You're coming on Monday anyways for
Yeah.
the other, right?
Yes,
So
Yeah.
set the
tell her to
requisition
add
for
it.
that.
So then I can't do any of this today. That means because SHBG is related to certain ones. So if let's say if I get total testosterone done today, but then Monday I get SHBG, then I'll have to get total again.
So
What do you
That's the
want?
problem.
so what if? Oh,
Monday.
Everything Monday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
okay.
because it wouldn't make sense, right? Have
Yeah.
different days. I thought she already put that on there.
So you can tell her to add it and get the forms and come back.
And I'm
Perfect.
taking
Tell me.
PHL form.
Okay, what is this one
So
about?
they
Awesome.
will just show them, right? that
Yeah.
you need PHL.
So that's the copy. So I already have one.
No,
This,
now
hey.
you keep everything.
Okay. But that you'll keep?
I'm gonna shred it.
What is this?
Oh, okay.
Because
Perfect.
you're gonna bring everything that day.
Oh, this is the original. Okay, got it. Okay. So Monday I'll come here early. What time should I come so it's the earliest possible? Like 7?
Before 8. So we open at 7:30.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
we have to take you before 8.
Thanks so much. Yeah, sorry for the trouble today. I thought she had put it on there. So I just left the Life Labs office. As you saw, if you listen to the entire discussion, no compromises. We don't compromise. So basically what happened is in this requisition form, the doctors forgot or didn't write SHBG. Now, why is that important? I can get just a bioavailable testosterone test, but if I don't have my SHBG results, then I don't really know if it's SHBG that's too high, let's say my total is really high and my free and bioavailable are low, then there might be an issue with SHBG, or there might be an issue with something else, maybe estrogen, estradiol. I mean, this has never happened, but it could happen at any time. Who knows? This is life. So what I told her is, do you have my SHBG results? And she said no. So then I said, okay, I'm gonna come back Monday. So she's like, no, why don't you get the rest of the results now? And I said, no, because imagine I got a bunch of results now, and then but then on Monday, I just get SHBG. Well, that doesn't make sense because then I cannot associate that SHBG on Monday with the rest of the results that I got today. That's the thing. You have to be a scientist here. Don't take no for an answer. Be very rigorous in these blood tests. If you go in the doctor's office and you feel like it's not perfect or something is off, you have a question, don't get your blood test done. Come back home. Post on the Testosterone Truth group. I'll answer your questions and then you can go back and do it properly. You should be 100% confident in these blood results and these blood tests, okay? All right, I'm gonna sign out now and then I will come back to you on Monday when I go back here for everything. And today I'm gonna go back to the doctor, get the public health form thing that they talked about. That's because I'm getting HIV and some other testing for STDs. Just to be sure I get everything done. Fingers crossed. So they need a public health form. And then I'm also gonna get my SHBG check mark from the doctor's office. So those are the two things. I might show you that. It might be a little important for you. I might show you that. But I will definitely come back when we go back to this and show you how they take my blood and how I scream like a little girl. All right, see you soon. Last time I did this, not for blood tests, but I got some vaccinations done, and I was going to Bali.
Okay.
And then I was in Sweden at the time, and I had to do like this crazy thing called Japanese encephalitis.
Yeah, my daughter got that not too long ago.
Whoa! And it was like $1,000.
My daughter went to Thailand and South Korea.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're like, oh yeah, you definitely need all these vaccines. Oh my God, it was a huge list. She's like, Mom, see if your work will cover it. I'm like, oh yeah. They don't cover vaccinations.
Yeah, and I had to pay out of pocket because it was like a foreign country. Even here, I would have to pay out of pocket, eh?
Yeah. But the only thing she did smart was not go to the travel clinic. She Googled everything herself, not to pay the travel clinic fee.
There's an extra fee for that.
Yeah, when you go to a travel clinic, you gotta pay for your visit and then.
Oh, okay, because it's like a
just for them
luxury.
to
Ooh, you're traveling.
write out their prescription and then come back, get the injection. So she just Googled everything, went to the family doctor.
Yeah.
The doctor wrote the prescription and then she went and got it done right at the pharmacy.
Yeah. Does she have a booklet that tells her all the vaccinations she's always had, ever had done since she was a child?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Because I accidentally got like my Hep A again, even though I had already done it, but I didn't know. So I had to call up my clinic in Canada, and then by the time they replied, it was like too late. I already got it. I didn't have too much time. And then I heard the Japanese, you can only get it from like very weird situations, so it wasn't even worth getting the shot. Yeah, it was like
she was
marketing.
going into like forest.
Oh yeah.
Not forest, but jungle type scenario. Already.
You sure you got enough blood from me?
Oh yeah, I got it all.